Scorpio, welcome into the channel. Hope you're doing well. So I'm going to do the reading for the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. The pre-shadow started February 11th, but it actually started on February 26th. So we are in the throes of a couple days of this retrograde, and Pisces can be a little dreamy, right? There can be sometimes illusions. And so when people come back, sometimes we may not always be clear on why they're coming back. So I want to take a look at your energy, and I want to take a look at your person's energy that could be coming back in. And we'll take a look at what the blockage was and see about what their true intentions are. The moon is still in the sign of Cancer, so that's why I'm called to do this reading today, because after today, the moon will then start moving into Leo. I did Pisces, and I don't think Cancer was when the moon was in Cancer, but I did Cancer this week. So, and then I'll be jumping over to my other channel to finish up the full moon in Virgo readings this weekend, if I can finish them all. It may flow over into Monday. We'll see. So anyway, what is going on for Scorpio? Mercury retrograde. Tell us about Scorpio's energy and this person's energy that could be coming back. What's going on? Always remember to take what resonates, and it does. You can have any placement in Scorpio. We embody all 12 signs of the zodiac. So if you don't have any placements, planet placements in Scorpio, you have a house. All right. Tell me what's going on for Scorpio and their person. We want to see their energy and their person's energy. There we go. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, tell me about your person. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, goodness. We've got the Three of Pentacles. So get an extra card here. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And Eight of Cups. Sorry if you hear any noise. I have the window open with sage. So, kind of feel like I need to be fair here, because the Three of Pentacles was actually really on the side for your person. We're going to leave it like that. So your current energy, wow, you're feeling dreamy, boy. You're feeling lovey. It's almost as if either you either want to deliver good news or you're hoping for good news. But it's like you're still afraid or unsure of like a path, right? And obviously it has something to do with your person, right? Like you have love towards this person. Um it's like I feel like you would want to have an emotional conversation, but it's like you're unsure. You don't really know if that could happen with this person. Well, your person's a little defensive. Okay, they're working a lot right now. And they're kind of I want to say they're working a lot to avoid their emotions. So you feel the emotions, right? You feel kind of lovey, like you kind of want to open up, and they're actively avoiding it, right? They're shutting it down. And they're very defensive. It's like it's like they would like to work with you. They'd like to come in and maybe try and have a conversation, but they don't know. They're still feeling in a lot of conflict, but they're only focusing their time and energy in work. And that's so they can like avoid the emotions. So, I mean, it's real different between you two when it comes to the energy. You're feeling a little like you want to open up, but you're not sure. They're not sure. So they're shutting down and working. Okay. What's the blockage here? What's the blockage going on here? Feel some stubbornness, a little bit of stubbornness. Okay, we've got being needy. Mixed signals. Well, I can feel that a little bit, huh? Because you're unsure, like you're open, you want to feel lovey, and your person isn't sure. So they're just kind of overworking themselves too much. I don't know, it's this is interesting energy. It's very there's a lot of mixed signals. Even I'm struggling. It's like maybe they're feeling like this is just too much for me to handle. And I'm not saying you're being needy, but it's like you're in need of connection, emotional connection, right? You're feeling in the need of it. And they're kind of like, maybe it's too much for me, right? Because of the 8 of Cups, it's like they're trying to escape it. and they're very defensive. I mean, there must have been a fight between you two that was just never resolved. And it's a little bit of a standoff, even though I feel more love coming from you. Let's go to the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Why are we defensive? Let's try and get to the bottom of this. Why are we defensive here? Why are we defensive? What's going on? We got the Knight of Wands that flew out on the side. Empress. Five of Swords. So I take it maybe you are the Empress. You might be the feminine energy. And so they're defensive because it's almost, well, with the Knight of Wands, whoa. With the Knight of Wands, it's flying out of my hand. I mean, it's almost like the passion blew out, right? You know what I mean? It's like they're defensive maybe because I feel like you might be the feminine energy. You may have cut the passion off with this person, and they feel like you may have used that against them. So then I'm feeling a lot of mixed signals myself through this. Okay, well, can we really get to what happened here? What really happened? It's not telling me. It's just, it's a bunch of shut down energy. It's almost like I can't get into this energy, right? It's like your person is so focused on work and shutting their emotions down. It's almost as if I can't even get in. I don't know if I'm going to get anywhere with this one. And maybe that's just it. Maybe you two don't feel like you're ever going to get anywhere. So it's like you have an energy that's hanging, right? It doesn't mean they're going to come back in, but the energy is still hanging there because there's unresolved issues. Because you're unsure of if they'll even be open to an emotional conversation with you to talk. And yet they seem really shut down and they're defensive because it's like they don't, the Knight of Wands, not only is it intimacy, right? Your passion towards intimacy, but it's also passion towards your creativity, right? Your career, it's getting up and having the energy and the action to do something. And it's on the side. So it's kind of like they don't have, or they're not able to aim that passionate energy towards you. So they put it into just a lot of work, shut down the emotions, not sure if we're on the same page, we're going to collaborate, we're going to work together. They're unsure. And of course, Two of Wands in the reverse, you're unsure. You are feeling lovey though, and theirs is like passion. So maybe it's two communication styles here, right? Where you are more the emotional, let's have a chat. I need to talk about this. And I'm physical. So there's yeah. So it's a lot of mixed signals, And maybe the being needy is both of you feel like each other's being needy towards each other, but only because you both are requiring two different things to connect. Does that make sense? Okay. And so it's becoming too much because you're not able to break through the communication style here. It's almost like I see two people who, this is really going to be weird, but I'm going to say two things. So either they need to hug and talk to each other while hugging, or having a conversation while you're intimate. You know what I mean? What's the balance here? Because you get where I'm going with this? You both need to figure out how to work together, because right now it's you both are asking for two different things and you're both unsure of what's happening. What else do we have here? I don't really know what I'm kind of getting the energy here. So let me know if that makes sense to you. You're getting a lot of sidecars. Yes, sidecars. I don't know why I said that. I don't know. You have the Six of Swords on the side. So it's like, again, a mixed signal. Are we able to get over this rough patch and get over this and move on? Or are we staying in choppy waters and staying stuck in our head? Man, the water signs put me through it on this one. It's like, what on earth? Yeah, the world. Again, it's repeating. You don't know if you should come together and, work together or just close it out. The problem is, I feel your energy is still connected. I just saw another orb fly through. We're not really getting anywhere here. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of stubborn energy right now. But the energetic cord is still there. Let's just jump over to the True intentions for a second. Let's try and see if we can't get something out of here and break this energy up. I know you're even Max is growling. He's like, man, frustration. Right, boo boo? Yeah, I know. All right, what is the true intentions here? I don't know if I should be asking specifically. What are just true intentions? I'm not even gonna pick one of you because I think I get where you both are going. Gossip. Loan. You know, it feels because your person is working so hard, you might hear or find out somewhere along the line that, you know, not necessarily that they need a loan, but maybe they are focusing so hard because there's financials going out somewhere, or they need some extra money for something. This is going regret. I feel like that's both of you. I feel like you both regret how all this went down between each other. But I don't know if you're going to be able to break through this energy that's so tough. And like I said, you might hear something that maybe they've loaned somebody money, and so they're working harder to probably get that money back. It's like there's something else going on here that you're not aware of. And I don't know if you're going to hear it from them or if it's just something you vent. They may come vent to you about this. That might, okay, I'm getting chills. Okay. And career. They're concentrating on their career. It's almost like they need a loan for something, or they've loaned money out and they're going to talk to you. So if they do come in, that might be and friendly. So that might be what actually breaks the silence between you two. Is that they're obviously working hard and they may come in friendly, and because they're frustrated, right? They're very frustrated. Their passion towards you has been shut down because you two have been separated. So they focus it on work. And there's some sort of loan or money or something. Somebody either needed financial assistance from them, and they're going to come talk to you about this and let you know that they've been focusing on career. So it might be that when they come back, it's not necessarily going to be you two talking about each other right away. But I think it might be a friendly conversation of them just kind of catching up with you and telling you about what's happened. And then it might lead into the fact of the regret of what happened between you two, but it's not going to start out, emotional and loving and about you two to start. It's going to be about something that's going on in their life. And I think this is what breaks the silence, is that that's why there's mixed signals, because you don't know what's really going on. And even though there's underlying issues between you two, they have more going on. Why they're focusing so hard on career and work. And so it'll start out to be a friendly conversation, not necessarily emotional, right? It may get into that, but I think we have two people, like I said, your communication style is very different. And it looks like the only way to break this is to come in and talk about something completely different. And that's what's been going on in their life. And then I feel it will eventually go into, hey, what's going on with us? Can we, because they're not sure if they come into you, if it's even going to be able to get you to get over like what split you guys, right? Does that make sense? This is very interesting. So let's look at the shadow real quick. So just know when they come back, they are going to talk to you about other things. It will not be about you two right off the bat. I think it gives it the opportunity to. And of course, free will, this, can change. So they could come in and vent and it never even get to the emotional part of you two and where you're going. But the possibility's there. Okay. What is the shadow here? Stories we tell ourselves. Are you narrating your life through the lens of limitation or empowerment? Right. You both, I think, have been telling yourselves stories because, remember, you were afraid of the unknown because you don't know what's going to happen with them, and they as well. So I think you both have been telling each other stories, but the truth is you two have not been able to actually come together and to be able to talk about what's been happening in your life in order to be able to connect and have that open emotional conversation about what the mixed signals were. So I think, it's like you both are reading into it more without actually talking to each other and getting the true story. But they're going to come in a way that you're not expecting. Okay. Scorpio. I hope that was helpful. So let's see if I can get you. So with the Empress, we have Libra, Taurus. We've got some Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, Yeah. Really, the main energy is Taurus, Libra, but it can be any sign. Yeah. Okay. That's what I have for you. It could be any sign. Um, you'll know if this resonates or not if you're feeling confused and on the outs and still connected to somebody without knowing what's going on in their life. They're gonna come in and talk to you about it, and hopefully it will roll into a conversation about you two and what you're doing. All right. All right. I hope that was helpful. Wasn't as bad, other than the fact it was definitely a little confusing. It was a little better than, um, you know, Cancer and Scorpio. I mean, excuse me, Cancer and Pisces, but still a little tough. We got the air signs to get through next. I think that'll be maybe next week. So anyway, if you have any air in your chart, I'll be doing that next week. And if you're looking for the full moon in Virgo readings, I have 6 signs already posted to my other channel as Intuitive Moon 1111 Tarot. I will be working on the remaining signs, and that full moon will be March 3rd. So it's coming around the corner. We're already gearing up into that energy, and on top of this retrograde. So things are getting interesting. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.